Indiana in the morning, and we are presented here on this Thursday morning at 12 minutes after 8 o'clock by First Commonwealth Bank. And it is, as we said, 12 after 8. We're glad that you're with us here today. And, our banking institutions here in Indiana County do so much work on behalf of so many people, and especially when it comes to kids, folks are always reaching up and finding new things to do. And we have some friends from S&T Bank joining us here this morning on Indiana in the morning. And George Basara and Melanie Lazzari are with us. Morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. George, the Power Pack program is so much needed, but to see it so well received and so many people jumping on board with it must be pretty heartening, huh?
Yeah, it's fairly amazing. So far, we've gotten a great response on the program, and as you know, S&T's been committed to, helping people in the community with significant service to our food banks. Last year, our employees committed last 2 years, over 3,000 hours to food banks across our footprint, and we view this new Power Pack program and our initiative at the bank in supporting that program as an extension of our helping the community and trying to provide quality food for our young people in the community. And Melanie and her team have really developed a new and exciting event, and she's going to tell you more about it.
Melanie, now the pressure's on you.
Well, thank you. First, I'd like to make sure that everyone understands what the Power Pack program is. Mm-hmm. It's hard to imagine that right here in our own community, we have children that are at risk for hunger. But the answer to that is the Power Pack program, which is sponsored by ICCAP. And that program provides 6 meals, drinks, and snacks for children who are in need within 12 elementary schools in Indiana County on a biweekly basis. So S&T Bank has been committed to helping the program. The problem with the program today is that the funding is relatively inconsistent. It's funded just by donations. And what we're trying to do is work with ICCAP to get a more consistent funding of the program. So how can everyone help today? First, you can come out to join us at our upcoming event, which is sponsored by S&T Bank in downtown Indiana on September 22nd. It's the best slice of Indiana, and the guests attending the event will get the chance to sample pizza from local restaurants and have the opportunity to vote the best pizza in Indiana. Also, there will be live music from members of the band Told You So. Mm-hmm. We'll be having 50-50 raffles, basket raffles, and also silent auction items. And 100% of the proceeds will benefit the Power Pack program.
One of the interesting things about looking at the program and the way that it's been working is that you get programs that get off the ground really running, and this one did. But then after the initial introduction and with people having all kinds of other priorities, getting a source of funding and a source of revenue that is going to be continuous and enable the program to not only stay where it is, but do what you want it to do, which is grow, is you have to get really consistent funding. And so this is one way to attack that problem.
That's right. And Todd, one of the other initiatives that we're going to have that will kick off the event is our Sponsor a Child initiative. And for just over $3 a week or under $14 a month, a child can be sponsored and food can be provided on a weekly basis, on a weekend basis during the school year. Mm-hmm. So that's an initiative that will be kicking off. And we need 800 members of the community. If we can get 800 people to sponsor a child, the program can be fully funded on a weekly basis.
So how's that going to work? How can somebody out there this morning is listening and saying, I'm on board for that. Give me that. I want to do that. What do they need to do? So
you come to the event, and at the event, we're going to have an area where you can sign up to do this. Mm-hmm. And it'll be accepting credit cards. You can automatically have a deduction on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, a one-time deduction. However you want to do it, it's going to be convenient to do that. Mm-hmm. And then we'll also be rolling that out, sometime after the event. Again, the event's on September 22nd with ICCAP to build that into their website, we're hoping.
Yeah, George.
Yeah, and you can also call our office at 724-465-4801, and you can talk to someone there about getting a ticket or going ahead and sponsoring a child. And you can pick up a ticket at any S&T branch in the county or come to our main office and see Lucio at the front desk, and he'll have tickets as well. So we have many avenues that people can go buy a ticket. And if you know someone from S&T Bank, you can simply ask them as well.
Sure.
We're also selling tickets on eventbrite.com if you go there and search the best slice of Indiana.
Eventbrite.com.
Eventbrite.com.
Brite, isn't it?
Yes.
Eventbrite.com.
I just want to add one thing. This is so important to our community. Feeding our children takes care of so many other problems. It helps them socially. It helps them physically. It staves off a lot of childhood diseases. It's one of the most important things we can do, and we're very committed to the program.
Yeah. I tell the story all the time of someone from one of our northern school districts, a young student. It had been a great student and was struggling all of a sudden, and they couldn't figure out why. And it turned out he was just hungry. Parents had lost their jobs, and there just wasn't enough food to feed the kids in the family, and so was coming to school just starving until they could finally get something into them to eat and sort of stabilize them in that way. Now you consider a program such as this where a kid is maybe going home on Friday and not really having anything substantial to eat until Monday when they're back in school. And as it is right now, I think it's only biweekly that you can do this.
That's right. It's biweekly, and what the schools are finding is that the children are coming in on the off week and saying, can I get food for the weekend? And just currently, the program isn't able to fund that.
Yeah. All right. So this is a way to stabilize that and to make it strong and something that can continue. September the 22nd. Give the time frame again.
September the 22nd from 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock at IRMC Park, downtown Indiana.
And that's a Friday night.
That's a Friday night.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a good party. We've got good music, and we got 12 of our great local pizza places that are going to be donating pizza to this cause. So we really thank all of them as well.
Now, George, did you have to go into each of those places and say, would you like to participate, and I'll be needing an audition piece? In order
I wish I would have thought of that.
Work with me here, George. We can make it happen. We can make it happen. But this is, a part of what S&T does. We have you folks in talking about Christmas time, and the programs are around Christmas time, and all year long there always seems to be something going on. S&T is involved in, and it's such a wonderful thing. But I know that's part of what the S&T family is all about. The folks who work there seem to have some sort of an idea that they're part of the community and they should work within it.
It's part. We have something called our Cultributes at the bank, and one of our Cultributes is having a commitment to our community. So it's actually written into, in essence, the bylaws of our employee services agreements with our employees. That's what we do. That's who we are, and that comes from the top down. From our board of directors, we're committed to our communities that we service, and our great customers are in. So we give back, and that's part of what we do. Yeah. Well, this sounds like this is going to be a tremendous event. It's happening in Indiana. You said IRMC Park. Yes, IRMC Park. Yes. Friday, September the 22nd, 5 to 7 p.m. Tickets on sale at all S&T branches in Indiana. Yeah. Now, somebody's coming in at the last second and they don't have a chance to get a ticket ahead of time. Can they still participate? Absolutely. We will be selling tickets at the door the night of the event. There you go. It just sounds like a wonderful event, and of course, it has such a tremendous cause, and I know that it's a part of what you do, and we appreciate that kind of a spirit. Well, thank you. We appreciate the time. Appreciate you both coming in today, too. And Rob Jorgensen's standing over there, and he's worried about the Salzburg Trojans and the Homer Center Wildcats. They'll be playing tomorrow night here on 1160 WCCS. So do something nice for Rob today. Okay? We will. Make him feel good. Make him feel good about this coming weekend. Thank you so much for both coming in. It is Indiana in the Morning, presented, as always, by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS.